Hello again. In this lesson, we're going to set up our primary 2x4 exterior wall. But first, I want to go back to the elevations that you did in the previous lesson, and I want you to select this foundation wall name. And change that to top of foundation wall. What's going on here? Okay, so change that to top of foundation wall. When you hit enter to select that, it'll ask you if you'd like to rename the corresponding view, which is over here. You can see foundation. I'll say yes. It'll rename that. It puts it down here alphabetically at the bottom of top of footing, but this is an alphabetical listing. It's not an elevation listing. So going back to lesson 3, we're going to create a new wall. So let's go to our first level, first floor, and on the architecture ribbon here, we're going to select our walls. And yes, I'm going to save my project that I'm working on. Anytime that pops up, it's a good idea to save it. Click yes on that. And that's taken a while. I'll pause. So my wall tools are up now. I want to scroll down on this list, and I want you to select this wood siding on wood stud wall. And then go into the edit type, and a dialog box will pop up that shows this wall you're going to duplicate, and you're going to rename it. Call it Basic Exterior 2x4 OSB and wrap. OSB stands for Oriented Strand Board, also known as wafer board. Say OK with that, and now we've created a new wall off of the basic one, and you want to edit the structure. The first thing I want you to do up here is the sample height. I want you to change that to 9 feet 1 1/8 inch. And then I want you to select the one over here on the exterior side. I want to delete this exterior side level, and if you'll notice that this says exterior side up here, this says interior side, because these different layers of this wall system go from the outside to the inside. And I was selecting this and hitting the delete key, and that didn't work, but this should work. So I've eliminated that. This membrane I'm going to change to the outside wrap now that's on the wall. The dialog box that popped up showed me that I have the material that's selected is an air infiltration barrier, which is exactly what we want for our exterior layer of this wall. The interior layer, the substrate, or the next layer in, it's not the interior layer, it's not the core, is plywood. I want to change that, so I'm going to select this material here. When the dialog box pops up here at the top, I'm going to type in OSB, and hopefully that material will come up. It does come up for me in this search box down below. I'm going to try to expand that. Well, I'm just going to work with the image that I have here below, and I scroll down, I see Oriented Strand Board, and I select that. You can see up here it's called press board. We're showing the settings for the appearance of it. The identity is OSB, Oriented Strand Board, and the physical properties you can enter, and thermal properties actually are already here, which is really pretty kind of cool, but we won't get into that in this first year of architectural drawing and design. So I've selected my OSB, and I'm going to click OK, and it hasn't changed. So I've got to make sure that I'm doing that right. Plywood, select my material. I'm going to search for OSB again. Scroll down here. There it is. I've got it up here on my list now and say OK. Now that's been changed. The only thing that's wrong with it is the thickness. OSB is 7/16 of an inch thick. And now I come here to the structure, the core part of my wall, and I'm going to leave it at softwood, and I'm going to change that to 3.5 inches, which is the width of a 2x4 stud. And then here on the membrane and the gypsum, I'm going to delete this vapor retardant here. I don't really want to have that in my wall, and I didn't do that correctly. I need to hit delete, and I'm left with the layers that I want in my wall, from the exterior membrane to the OSB to the studs and to the sheetrock on the inside, which all of these dimensions are correct. The core boundaries are correct, and I'm ready to say OK with that. Now I've created the wall. OK there. We now have a new basic wall, exterior 2x4 with OSB and wrap. That's the end of this lesson, and we'll catch you on the next one.